Dawn of fossil fuels, we're about to break new ground. After a very long time, we're able to generate power using fossil fuels again. From now on, we won't be at the mercy of the winds. Everything is almost ready to build the first coal-fired generator. The structure will allow for energy production on a massive scale, though we'll need a constant feed of fuel. Sudden blackouts could devastate us, especially if our infrastructure becomes dependent on coal. We'll need to locate a mine of coal deposits and see how much we can stockpile for long-term use. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Going forward with this episode on, we're going to be jumping quite a bit because at this point I've actually finished the game. It took me roughly about 9 hours, and a lot of it is just waiting. It's in many ways an idler where you're waiting for your characters to gather, your NPCs to be gathering materials and depositing them, and then the next phase to happen. So I will be jumping quickly between the stories. So just keep in mind it's roughly at this point going to be about 7 hours worth of gameplay in a shorter period of time. We've observed a large fire in the distance, Chief. We are unfortunately familiar with the situation. Though severely diminished, our species was still the main cause of these fires. We cannot say when or if it will be extinguished, if it will spread to us, or if one can intervene. However, it's certain that we'll be exposed to dense smoke and all the hazards it carries. We can take precautions, or we can accept whatever fate brings us. Stay indoors, avoid exposure, and keep a lookout. Every day we cross a new threshold to being able to live like human beings. We know how essential paper is in our development. The people wish to be able to use it more freely. Alright, sure. You can have paper. That's concerning. We're gonna jump ahead in a second, but as you can see, it's smoky on the screen, and there's little embers flying around and continued on for roughly the whole in-game year, which was kind of interesting. Greetings. We're known as HR, and we're here on business. If you're interested, what sort of business you in? Why? That of people, of course. We're not an established organization per se. We mainly work by foreclosing on individuals who fail to fulfill the responsibilities of certain larger bodies and take their burdens upon ourselves until they're compensated for. Afterwards, we deliver these people to those who cover their debts. It's as simple as that. I have a nice crowd of 13 people I can present you with. Some of them are quite knowledgeable in certain technical fields. Are you interested? Stop talking crap. Tell me what you want for their freedom. Behavior unbecoming of a friendly business negotiation, especially for the ruler of such a makeshift village. All your structures are so flammable, too. Anyway, since you don't know us yet, we'll let it slide this time. If you want to be a hero, here's the price for the so-called freedom of 13 assets. Take it and leave. Put it here. Chief, we need more people to sustain what we built. We can't keep relying on stray travelers finding us, or our scouts stumbling upon small settlements. We have a proposal to systemize our growth. I'm listening. We can form small envoys and send them off in certain directions. Hopefully, some of them will discover communities who are unaware of our existence and are willing to join us. It'd be a good idea to give these envoys some of our best crafted products. Sure. Oh. Look around, Chief. It's a rebirth of the machines. See how our adventure has turned out, from shabby tents to a flourishing community, all thanks to our dedication and total unity. More expertise in electrical infrastructure and metalworking has advanced greatly. Though primitive, our electronic circuits have opened doors towards building machines that can perform our heavy labor for us. We can start small with automizing some simple tools. Okay. Alright. Tools. Oh, no. Medicine required. How do I make medicine? I actually do not know. Alright, let's slow down time. Alright, production. Distillery. I don't think I made a distillery. Bronze ingots. Oh, yeah. Where did I make it? Alrighty. Stop. Okay. We propose a new arrangement. We don't have to meet our clothing needs with leather rags anymore. From now on, we wish to wear more comfortable clothes by using a mixture of leather and linen. Our knowledge of chemistry and aromatic plants has advanced immensely. We may have become the only community capable of producing drugs in the past half-century. With a little support and a bold mindset, we can take ourselves even further. We believe vaccine... Okay, yes, yeah, my full support. I don't have enough people trained. I don't have enough... Unwanted settlers. Chief, our food stores are attracting rodents and our stockpiles are shrinking. This is not unexpected. If we don't come up with a sound... trapping... Trapping... we work long hours in the scorching weather without a proper water supply. That's right. Everybody wants... Our months of toil have finally paid off. We can now take precautions against certain diseases. Alright. and empty plains bear the scars of a long ago devastation. We walked for hours without hearing a single bird or insect, unlikely to find anything of use. Possible resources to be found in the region, unknown. Dead lands can harbor many hazards, and running a region and its production facilities here will cost more resources than usual. Sure. We're sure it was a floor. Okay, tell me more. Didn't I already do this? Lumber's a problem. Am I not making any lumber? Not the magical question. Oh, I'm not making any. Okay. No. The junction of a small mountain with forests. Okay. Alright, significant time has passed, and I got to the point where I can place a bunker. The bunker is, I'm going to assume, where our people are going to go. That is going to be the end goal, so they can survive whatever is happening with the sun, which we know is a massive solar flare. So I don't know it at this point, but this bunker is going to be a substantial thing. It is going to take forever to build, because it takes so many supplies and workers that you have to train, and you have to stock it, and it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. key elements, living space. Oh. Okay, I see. Back this way. Lumber. Still having that power issue. It's lovely. It's really quite annoying. But the reason why I'm having a power issue. I mean, here's my coal. What was that? Like, why am I having such a power issue? It makes no sense. Oh, well. And then that. But again, it makes no sense. Fourth one here, but question mark. I am at the end of the game. Why would I have question marks? And the other thing is that things can be upgraded, but it doesn't show me that it can be upgraded. So much confusion. So much confusion. None of it makes sense at all. Make it make sense, Bellas. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. We can also start excavation works for the second sector. Chief, in these dark times, we are all fearful and anxious, but one uncertain future is scarier than anything we can see. We don't even think about what will happen if we don't build the shelter. Some of us are afraid what will happen if we build it big and if we don't build big enough. I'm sure we'll find a solution. Calm down. Solution, whether we live or not, should not be the issue to be resolved. None of us know how you expect us to continue if there's no salvation for all of us. No matter how it is, please clarify this issue as soon as possible, at least before the uncertainty consume us. When lies are sick, even the most logical answers cause problems. We may become burdened with promises we cannot keep and cause. Having a known fact that is cold enough to cause problems depending on the current. Okay, they want to make us difficult. Chief, people are right to be nervous. If you think about it, it's a miracle that they can continue. Okay, I will take the most... No. We will set conditions by looking at a series of indicators and announce that people who meet these conditions. Alright. Bunker is huge in terms of volumes and its storages are empty. Okay, definitely. Alright. Needs for stock will help in it. That's it, Chief. All measurements show that I will be able to see blue skies for at most another year before I reach the terminal stage. Some of our weaker brothers and sisters are already showing signs of health problems. Now we have to drop everything and start the migration of people to settle in bunkers as planned. It is the beginning of a new life for us and hopefully a new cycle. Let us, who are left behind, do our last duty properly. Alright, at this point, it has been roughly, I believe, 7 hours of gameplay that I've been playing. I got all these floors in, which was significant. Every time you add like a dorm room or something, you also have to keep your eye and make sure that there is enough electricity and storage room, water, food, that kind of thing. We have a population of roughly 1,000, just over 1,000. We are only going to have enough space for about 300. And I'm sure that has something to do with my fault, not preparing enough. In the future, before I put the dorm room, I would try to have more stuff in storage. But I don't know, there becomes a power problem that is significant. And I don't know if that's tied in, like the second I put the bunker in, if that becomes... like, that's when it kicks off that I'm going to have massive power problems and the weather's going to get worse, or if it just happens. I'm going to guess it's tied to the bunker because that's when things started to get really hard. The other thing is that the NPC told me I had roughly 10 years. I played for hundreds of years building the bunkers, so I don't know where that 10 years came in. Oop. All right, year 4332. It has been 4,332 years. Gosh. 6 months and 5 days since Bunker closed and sealed its doors. Ground Nation has been alive for 886 generations, and today is about to set sail to a completely new horizon. The first centuries were very difficult for mankind to get used to such a life and to accept this damnable condemnation, this eternal bondage. The sheer numbers of our first inner fathers gave us the greatest strength. The enormous sacrifices of our forefathers, weak but honorable men, who gave us this home and the treasures we still preserve thousands of years later, have enabled us to endure every hardship for generations. May the gods of the underworld bless them. From the mighty blood of our chosen forefathers we were born, armed with greatness and blessed with fire. We lived so that we can build our entrusted home, step by step, by digging into the bosom of this dead rock to create another world. And we died, buried in our gardens, returned as bread for our children, so that the judgment might be eternal. There have been dark times when the weak and the rotten have spawned, where the misguided swarm like blind bottom rats. Those who refuse to give generations for the sake of the greater cause. Those who, instead of working with their hands, indulge in pleasure and poison our brothers and sisters with thoughts and words. Thieves, charlatans, politicians, and so-called artists. All of them and their poisonous progeny have vanished into the dust of the rocks, crumbling beneath our feet in the face of our might and dedication. We didn't even bury them in the garden so that we can keep them. We didn't even bury them in the garden so that we can help them serve their sacred mission, which they rejected, and be saved by participating in the eternal cycle. And we have not erased them from our history so that they remain our servants forever as an example. If these are the gates of hell, let whatever is behind them be afraid, because this is our hell, and we are everything beyond survival. It's the end of the cycle. Oh, that was anticlimactic. How do you feel about that? I played roughly 13 hours to get to that cycle, to finish the game. Huh.